What this bill does, it pits union members against business owners. We've taken our obligation and shirked it on somebody else because this House failed to follow through on our promises to these members here. There's been no significant cuts at all proposed within this budget. It's 4.5% that we're looking for to cut in this budget. But we can't come up with that. So instead, let's tax the millionaires. Let's call it the millionaires tax. Forget about the number of jobs that they create in the state and how many taxes that they pay. Forget the fact that the top 1% already pays 40% of the gross income tax. And then we're going to perpetuate this by lying and saying this is a $3 billion problem. It's not. The treasurer stated in the budget committee, this is an $82 billion problem that we have. But yet there is nobody here who's willing to stand up and say we need reform. We need serious reform and honest conversation about what has to happen. The ruling that took place just recently with the court should wake up to the leaders of the unions as well as to this government to sit in a room and come up with a plan that
Assemblyman,
projects longevity.
Can you stay on the bill?
This is the bill.
No, the bill is on the tax, is not on pension reform.
Just leading off from the majority leader's comments about our obligations.
I gave you latitude to talk about it, and I'm just telling you stay on the bill.
Mr. Speaker, in what way did one of our members go off the bill? He's talking about options other than millionaires.
He was talking about the reforms and what about the courts. So I respectfully stay on the bill, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I guess before I was off the bill, I'll go back to the bill and essentially put back to my original idea that having unions versus their businesses is not the way to achieve what we're trying to do. We're only dividing people. We have to bring them together to come up with solutions, but this just perpetuates our divide. So as a solution to our problem, as opposed to taxing our problem, is to sit down and tell people the truth, bring them into a room, and say, you better come up with a plan or we're going to do it as legislators. And nobody's going to win. That's what has to happen here. Now, this is my last budget that I'm here. And I'm going to tell you, as a citizen, if I don't see that happen, I'm going to tell you, I'll be the first out there saying, this needs to happen in New Jersey, or this is going to be the doom of New Jersey. We have an $82 billion problem, not a $3 billion problem. And this tax that you have sunsets in 5 years. How's that happen for $82 billion? It doesn't. It's not the truth. Let's start talking about the truth of what this is. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.